how big of a trade is this, right? Like, so, and I'm going to just kind of throw like 9 things on your plate, so just get ready to start juggling, because there's this whole like, oh, like Carson Wentz got traded, the world needs to stop, right? But at the same point, like you just look at what Joe was saying, that him and Donovan's numbers were relatively identical for the first 5 years. You only had one bidder in the Colts, hence why this kind of just stalled out like an animal that like should have been put down 2 weeks ago, but like for whatever reason they weren't. Like, this is one of those things to me where I step back. I don't know what to think. Like because at the one hand, I think he's going to do pretty well with Indianapolis, but at the same point, like it's fair to kick back and say like, was he the problem? Like where? Like just make sense and actually just make sense of all that. It's just take all the balls and start juggling them. Go ahead, because I believe in you, fellas. Like,
so yeah, it was definitely drawn out, and it was a long time coming, which is why, excuse me, why I don't understand like the explosion from Twitter and any of the other social mediums, because we knew this was going to happen. Like, we talked about this on the show the other day, and Zach was even saying that he thought it was going to go even longer, and it still will be going even longer for people like Deshaun Watson. But like, we know it's happening. It's not like a surprise. This didn't just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden he was traded. Like, we knew it was going to happen. So that part I'm still very confused on. But as for him going to the Colts and probably going to be pretty good, I think you're right. And the reason I think you're right is because he pretty much showed us last year that he's a very good quarterback, but the very good quarterback ends when he has absolutely nothing around him. Now, you might be like, well, what does that mean? Like, it's very hard for any quarterback to be good when he has nothing around him. Aaron Rodgers comes to my head as someone that's like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like,
I'm going to stop you there because it does matter.
Well, okay, but Rodgers never had the season Wentz had. He was never the worst quarterback in the NFL.
No, that's fair.
So, like that's just where I'm at with it.
Like, here's the thing. Like, not to interrupt, I'm looking at this B-roll of him like right now, like, making these throws, and I'm just like, why did this couple break up? Like, they had one fight, like when they were hammered, and it's like it happens. Okay, it was an ugly fight. Like, they shoved each other or whatever. But, like, you can't still. Like, how is this not like? How they not fix this?
Well, because I think it goes like layers, or has layers, I should say. It wasn't just quarterback and coach. It was quarterback and coach. It was quarterback and GM. It was the media against the quarterback. It was the fans against the quarterback. And when you bring all of that together, it's very hard to succeed. Like, if you went to work every single day and you had problems with your boss, you can get over that. Like, we all have it. It's happened to all of us. Like, you just deal with it. That's life, right? But if you went into work every day and your boss hated you and all your coworkers hated you, and then all your clients that you worked with hated you, you would just be saying, like, screw this. Like, I need to find a new job. I need to go somewhere else. Like, this is not going to ever work for me. And even if, like, one or two of those things improve, I'm still dealing with like 4 other people that are still very mad at me. So it was just one of those things where I don't think Howie getting fired would have done anything for Wentz's confidence on the Eagles. And I don't think Doug's firing did anything for Wentz's confidence on the Eagles. So it was just going to be another horrible year for him if he stayed on this team.
Zach, sorry, let me let you, please, like, you're in this. You're like the stepchild in this, is the Giants fan, where you're just like, I have a say, but like you're not, there's no blood, obviously, but you're very much impacted by what's going on in this family of the NFC East, if you will.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything Chad said. I mean, it was just one of those situations that was extremely toxic, and I'll try to piece together another brilliant relationship analogy like you, Kieran, but it's almost like you're in a relationship, you fight once, and then there's friends starting rumors and going behind your back, saying all this stuff, lying, and you know, constantly in face and all that stuff, and it's extremely toxic. And I think it had to end, and I think Wentz is going to be just a nice fresh start. It's going to be probably, greener pastures for him, reuniting with Frank Reich, the offensive coordinator. They seem to have a really good relationship, and the offensive line that he's got in Indy is one of the best in the league. So that's going to be
Well,
a huge help.
and the running game. That's
Yeah.
another thing.
Yeah.
Like in 2017, when he had that breakout year, Miles Sanders wasn't on the team, but we had when Jay Ajayi like joined the team mid season, we had 3 pretty solid running backs in Ajayi, like Garrett Blunt, and then Corey Clement, who hasn't been a shell of himself since 2017. Looked like he was going to be one of the best rookie running backs like the Eagles have had in a long time.
Much like the Colts with a 3-headed running attack with Hines, Mack, and I think I'm not sure if any of those guys are free agents, and obviously Taylor.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't see Mack.
Right, but obviously this year
he's going to be back. Yeah.